Leopold Godowsky was almost an exact contemporary of Rachmaninoff and the other so-called Golden Age pianists. Golden Age of pianism is roughly said to be last 10 or 15 years of the 19th century into like the first 30 or so years of the 20th century. Basically just call it that because all of the greatest pianists who we ever heard of were living then. Ignaz Friedman, Benno Moiseiwitsch, Joseph Levine, Rachmaninoff, Joseph Hoffmann, Godowsky, of course, and pretty much, and many others, of course. And pretty much universally among these pianists, these master pianists, they agreed without a shadow of a doubt that Godowsky was the best of them. Unfortunately, the public didn't get the best picture of this because he was extremely nervous. He was a perfectionist. He hated, well, I don't know if he hated playing in public, but he certainly got the most nervous and was not apparently at his best in public as he was in smaller gatherings, probably not unlike this actually, but like in friends' houses and things like that. And so, you know, Joseph Hoffmann and Moiseiwitsch and Rachmaninoff would go and hear him in his house, and he would have these gatherings that would have people like Albert Einstein there and all these artists of the period. I think Picasso was one of the ones that visited him a lot, and it's just a multicultural gathering all the time in his place. And they would listen to him play and say things like, how does he get that sound? And when you hear Rachmaninoff saying, how does he get that sound, you know there's something special going on. He revolutionized piano technique, especially in terms of counterpoint. He revered Bach, as all of them did, but almost said fetishistic. It's not quite that. But he took principles of counterpoint and applied them almost overboard, some would say, including in his Strauss transcriptions. He wrote 4 transcriptions, or free fantasies on themes by Johann Strauss, one of which is for the left hand alone. And one of his favorite things to do is to have the different 1, 2, 3, sometimes, I don't think he does 4, but definitely 3 at times of the melodies going on at once, plus accompaniment. Now that takes a special kind of brain and also a special kind of crazy piano techniques. But if you do his fingerings, actually, it kind of works out, although it's still extremely difficult. But on one hand, you know, you have that circus-like aspect of the pieces, but on the other hand, you're just hearing a lot of nice waltzes, and they're a lot of fun. This particular fantasy, he sort of sneaks in a lot of the themes, and it even gives you the little polka, the famous one from Fledermaus, but he never brings it back. He gives you a sort of a ghost version of it at the very beginning, and then gets into the waltzes. Anyway, it doesn't really, not a lot more needs to be said about it. It's just a lot of fun for you. Sort of fun for me, more of a circus for me, but no, it's totally worth it. I love playing this stuff, so I hope you enjoy it.